As we draw closer to Election Day, the political division is becoming clearer, punctuated by the mudslinging we've seen on the campaign trail.
Any African American or Hispanic, and you know how well I'm doing there, that votes for Kamala, you got to have your head examined.
Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged.
A record 80% of American adults believe the country is divided on key issues, according to a recent Gallup poll. And for some, the rift across the aisle is also under their roof.
My uncle's a little bit more Trump, while I'm a little bit more rock and roll. And, I think that it can be hard, especially now during a tumultuous time like coming up with an election.
But in this hyper-political climate, how can romantic partners or family members agree to disagree?
Anybody can be in a successful relationship if they learn how to do one thing that we don't do anymore: talk to each other.
Clinical psychologist Joshua Coleman agrees, saying it's possible to have opposing views without dooming the relationship.
People can have successful relationships if they're respectful and kind and interested, and if they're argumentative, that they do it in an affectionate way rather than in a destructive way. I think too often today we see people from the opposing parties as being the enemy. And once that happens, then almost no good can come of that.
With one or more people in a household taking different political stances, there's bound to be discussions at the dinner table, which could get heated or even balloon into full-blown arguments.
I think these kind of conversations can go better if you really show a lot of curiosity in the other person's perspective. Rather than having the knee-jerk reaction of, oh, they're wrong, they're part of the problem, go instead to try to really deeply understand why they have the feelings that they do. Try to validate it where you can.
Still, sometimes there's just no seeing eye to eye. And Dr. Coleman says the best thing to do is steer clear of the conversation.
Sometimes avoiding the topic completely is the best strategy because some conversations, they're just never going to go well. Now, it's harder to do if you live with the person, but you can still set the same limits.
In New York, Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.